working. Phone's working. I think we're good. I think we're all good. We are back in Colosseum. Isn't this fun? But our goal is to get Ho-Oh. And we have to go through Mount Battle again. So what we need to do is not story mode, but battle mode. So we need to go into Colosseum battle. Solo. Then you need to click on this Mount Battle versus 100. I think this is the same list. Yeah, it's the same list. So. We're kind of used to doubles. But here's the thing. Wait, why is that the team? Was that like the last set that I took in? No? Huh. I think that's my old, team. I know the only difference is Heracross, but, like, Mischievous is not in there. I think that's my old team. And the OT is just slightly different. It's an uppercase. So we want to go into register. I have my Pokemon ready. Now, you want them all at around the same level. So what I did is, back to the grind. But what I did was, I took all 5 of these Pokemon except for Mischievous, transferred them to Emerald, and I level grinded them. We want them to be at around the same level. In this case, I just made them the same level. I gave Quagsire Ice Beam, and I gave Typhlosion. I was gonna give Typhlosion Solar Beam, but it turns out Typhlosion can't learn Solar Beam, so I gave him Thunder Punch. But other than that, they all have like items like Quagsire has Mystic Water, Mischievous has Spell Tag, Espeon has Twisted Spoon, Granbull has Silk Scarf for Return, Typhlosion has Charcoal, and in my copy of Emerald, I had an extra magnet, so I gave that to Ampharos. So we're gonna register. That must have been my old team. Because that's the only thing I could think of. I guess I didn't realize that stays. Alright. That's all registered. Now we go into Mount Battle. No, not single. Double. That's kind of how I have things set up. We're going to use this team. Great game. Fire Pokemon should learn Solar Beam. I know, right? Sure, it's a grass move, but it's powered by the sun. And it has Sunny Day. So now we got Mount Battle. Again. I have Granbull and Mischievous set up in front, so I could do Earthquake strats. And Intimidate. But this works slightly different. This is more treated like a traditional battle tower. Or actually, this is more like Pokemon Stadium. Out of the 6 that we get to choose, we have to choose 4. Make sure the top 2 ones are important. And after that, and of course, just like Battle Tower, they match your highest level Pokemon. So that's why I wanted everyone to be the same level. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I was shocked to see that Typhlosion cannot learn Solar Beam. Apparently, that was a Gen 4 thing. Speaking of Gen 4, good news, everyone! I can now emulate DS games while copying my save file back and forth. So we can definitely do Gen 4 ribbons streaming. I just tested it out with Super Mario 64 because I'm just like Super Mario 64 DS, and I'm like, you know, if something happens to this file, I don't care. So let's just make this the guinea pig. And it took a little bit, but I figured out how to get everything working. I just today got the save over to my back to my cartridge, so it works. It works. Now, normally I don't need to worry about that save problem. If I'm emulating, that's only really due for the Ribbon Challenge. If I stream DS games, most of the time I'm starting over anyway, and I'll just copy the ROM. Yeah, I could dump the ROM myself too, so that's all good. Yeah. And kind of like Pokemon Stadium, when you got a perfect win, you get an extra continue. And we just move. Suspend your... No. Why would you do that? You finished Dark Souls 2. Out of all the Souls games, it's your second favorite Dark Souls game. So what's the tier list? What is the tier list? Can I speed through that? I don't think so. As long as you get perfect wins. As long as you get perfect wins, I think you can just get as much as you can. And again, you don't have... I don't have to use my Colosseum team. I can use any Pokemon I want. This is just what I have. I could have brought in Heracross, Metagross, Starmie for this, if I wanted to. But having all these extra continues is going to be nice. Yeah, these Pokemon may be level 76, like my Pokemon, but they're unevolved Pokemon, kind of like normal Mount Battle, so we're gonna have an easier time for a little while. Meaning we're gonna be able to stockpile on extra continues. I don't know how you're supposed to know to do this to get Ho-Oh, honestly. Must be in like the strategy guides. No, we don't want to suspend the challenge. We want to keep going. kind of picking the same Pokemon. I'm picking Typhlosion and Quagsire as well. For the most part. Sometimes I'll probably change it up, but this will work fine. Yeah, I gave Typhlosion Thunder Punch. Darkstar's one is at the bottom. It's not bad, but it's not your favorite. Okay. Spam. Earthquake. Next is Elden Ring. Majority of boxes are amazing, but the in-between is kind of boring. Then Bloodborne. Then Dark Souls 2. And then Dark Souls 3. It brought back your favorite Dark Souls 3. Yeah, okay. 1, Bloodborne. Oh, we lost Ramble to counter. Why am I not surprised? Okay, so 1 Elden Ring, Bloodborne, 2, 3. Got it. Yes, I gave Ice Beam. So that's all good. I just gave the TM an Emerald, but I could have used my Poke Coupons here, so I just figured, you're an Emerald, let's just give you the TM here. We lost to Why Not with counter, so we didn't get that perfect. If I targeted Why Not first, like altogether, we could have made it. Oh well, not a big deal. In some aspects, this takes longer, but in others, because you can get the continues, you get that trade-off. So, hi Zach, happy birthday! And yes, I do have Quagsire in my party. I almost always do, unless I end up picking Totodile in this game. Feebas effect. Never understood why trainers use Feebas or Magikarp. It's so you can get Gyarados or Milotic. That's why, Yes, we're almost done with Colosseum. Just need to get Ho-Oh. And then I could go back to the main games and continue the Ribbon Challenge. And start on Gen 4. Speaking of which, I need to do some research on how I want to do things. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Considering in this case, they're level 76. But I take it in this case, it's battle tower, battle tower rules, where they actually have unevolved Pokemon. But then they see, oh, you're level 76. We're just gonna temporarily inject steroids into your Pokemon to jump them up to level 76. It's a simulated level, not an actual level. That's why they're not evolved. Because that's how that works, clearly. But normal trainers in-game, you either get unevolved Pokemon that are over the level so they could actually evolve, but they haven't. Or you get trainers like Lance, who have under-level Dragonite, to the point where it's like, how'd you get those? How did you get those 3 Dragonite, Lance? So I don't know why it's wants you to suspend your game first. Like, anyway. So I was kind of looking into the Gen 4 ribbons, and I was thinking that I start with contests, but then I did a little bit of reading. I want to look into it a little bit more, and Gen 4 doesn't have move combos for contests. So, you can just do whatever you want. And you don't get... If you're in, like, the cool contest and you use a cute move, you don't get penalized or anything. So you can kind of just do what you want. So, I wish I knew that. So, if everything's right, I might just, before sending Heracross up, I'll teach it Rock Slide and Swords Dance again. I did not think, I thought combos wouldn't be a thing. So. But I was thinking of starting with contests. And I was looking around, and, like, we can get basically everything done in, like, Platinum, pretty much. Except for, if we did everything in Platinum, there'd be one ribbon we have to get in Soul Silver. And that would be the only other one we'd have to do. Diamond Pearl in D tier, Platinum in A tier. Kind of. Platinum just upgraded a lot of things about with Diamond and Pearl. And Diamond and Pearl runs so slow. You can just spam Shadow Ball. Like, Diamond and Pearl just runs very slow. Platinum kind of does too, but, like, it still runs a bit faster than base Diamond and Pearl. Then you got stuff like the Distortion World, Battle Frontier. There's other stuff too. Like, Platinum is just a way better game. Also in base Diamond Pearl, there are some new Gen 4 Pokemon that you just cannot get till post-game. In Platinum, you can get them in the main campaign in Platinum, then Diamond and Pearl. I can't speed through this. But I'm thinking that they put Emerald in S tier, Ruby and Sapphire B tier. That sounds about right. Again, like, a lot of the times the third versions is just straight up better. So you put them in a higher tier than the base versions. The only ones you can make the argument on why they would not be in a higher tier is Yellow, because that's almost a completely different game. Not Crystal, like that can be in the higher tier. Black and White 2, they're kind of different games, but you probably would put that in higher tier than Black and White 1. But they are not, it's not the same thing. Yeah, and then that, yeah. Because Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, technically they're better, but I hate that they exist. I don't hate that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon actually exist. I hate how they sold you 2 games for the third version. Honestly, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon should have been DLC like what the modern games do. Because that's how it's treated. If it was like Black and White 2, where it actually is like 2 years later or so, and it's actually a completely different plot, then yeah, I could see why you do 2 versions. That I was fine with that with Black and White too. But it really should have just been one game. It should have just been one game. Or DLC. Either or. Horace is hated? What? Who's hating on Horace? I don't know. Like, that's the first time I'm hearing about it. Other than the jokey, like, you know, 7.8 out of 10 too much water jokes. I don't understand. I don't know why Horace is hated. That's the first I'm really hearing that. Okay. Unless... Actually, I think I would know why people would hate it, even though it's... Some places it's deserved, but not for the whole thing. Horace does not have the Battle Frontier. It doesn't have Emerald's Battle Frontier at all. They just have the equivalent Battle Tower, and that's it. There's other stuff to do in post-game, but they had the opportunity to add in Emerald's Battle Frontier in Gen 6. Think about it. Gen 6, like, was really, like, the first one to really, like, make it super easy to get perfect IV Pokemon, or 5 IV Pokemon through breeding. That's, like, the first time it's really like, oh, this is actually reasonable to do. Obviously, they made it easier with the gens after. But then, no, they just had the equivalent of Battle Tower, and that's it. Does it have Battle Frontier and just had a sign that said Battle Frontier coming soon? Yes. That's why Horace is hated. But that, I don't... That's the thing, though. That aside, Horace are good games. They're good games. It's just that people are very salty that Battle Frontier was not in there. I'm salty too, but not enough to drive the game down. If that makes sense. They are still better than base Ruby and Sapphire. But if you view it as a comparison to Emerald, yes, Emerald has the Battle Frontier, but Horace has other things going for it too, to where there's kind of reasons to play both, if that makes sense. You don't watch much Pokemon content, or look at boards much on here. A friend that refuses to talk about Pokemon. Well, that's not really helpful now, is it? But how's it going, old brown shoe? I said this earlier, I'll say it again. We can do DS games and use my saves and move them back and forth. So that is an option. We're going to be doing that at some point. If we had Battle Frontier with modern battle mechanics and Megas, oh yeah. If Horace had Emerald's Battle Frontier, it would be probably one of the best games in the series. Hands down. No contest. It would be better than Emerald. It would be top tier S rank, no questions asked. Up there with probably Platinum. Yeah. Easy S tier game if it had Emerald's Battle Frontier. But the reason why they didn't have it in there is because they started doing the change where it's like, they had the change of mindset where it's like, people just don't have the time to do Battle Frontier. They just want to do online battles. Stuff like that. Those excuses. honestly, I think the real reason is as we see in modern Pokemon, and it's becoming more and more clear, I think it's that they didn't have enough time. They didn't have enough time to add it in. And they weren't going to throw in DLC because the DS wasn't really... I mean, it could do DLC, but it didn't happen that long. If they added more water, it'd be low S tier. I mean, that's what Alpha Sapphire's for, right? But I'm thinking that with Gen 4 ribbons, you know, I'll transfer them up, but I think we'll start in Soul Silver. Get the one ribbon that's needed, and get any other ribbons we can in there. And if we finish that too quickly, I don't know, we can explore Soul Silver or something, I don't know. Or I take a few seconds to, well, not a few seconds, it will take a little bit more than that, but then swap it back over to Platinum. Like, it would take a bit, but I could do that on screen, it would just be kind of awkward. But then bring it over back to Platinum, and then we'll take care of all of that, like, the next time. But, I do think when I do Platinum, or, you know, the Gen 4 stuff, I think there are going to be 2 ribbons that I cannot stream. One for sure. The second one is probably, it's more of a guess. There's a bunch of Battle Tower ribbons in Gen 4. We have to do more than just singles. We have to do all of them. Let's use Psychic Contact. One of them's Link battles to play with a friend. And I don't think... I would just help my friend out too, because he's doing this too. So we just do that together. But I don't think I could stream that particular... I don't think I can actually stream that. So I think that ribbon will have to be done off screen, which is fine. The other one I might have to do off screen is the Wi-Fi battle ribbon. Maybe that one can be done on, maybe the Wi-Fi battle can be done on stream, but I'm just not sure. But I think those are the only 2 that I would have to do off stream. Okay, multi-battles are so fun with friends. Yeah, I did that a little bit in Gen 6 with Oras. Yeah, it was kind of fun. You liked Fire Red and Leaf Green. They are good games. Good point that they could have added more to the game. You like the Ions, but they felt a little pointless. I agree to that. I have a theory. You know, after replaying Gen 3 and thinking about Colosseum and all that, I think the islands were added after the fact. Obviously, a lot of the projects were made at around the same time. And how I think it is like, because Colosseum was meant to get your Gen 2 Pokemon, right? And then I think Game Freak saw, 1, how little the GameCube is selling, and 2, how little Pokemon is selling, mostly because the GameCube didn't sell that well, let's be honest. And also, it's technically a side game, but whatever. So they're like, oh, not many people would actually get these Gen 2 Pokemon. Let's throw in these islands. Let's throw in an extra side quest in Fire Red Leaf Green so you could get these Johto Pokemon. And I think that's why the islands exist. It's really just to get the Gen 2 Pokemon so you don't need to play Colosseum for the most part. There's still a reason to play Colosseum. Like, without talking about Emerald, you still play Colosseum to get the starters, and the other 2 legendary beasts, and Ho-Oh. Although technically there's an event for Ho-Oh, but you know, that's an event. You get one of the beasts based on your starter. So you could get the other 2 through Colosseum without having to like start the game over, beat the game again, sort of thing. But yeah, the Wi-Fi ribbon. So one of the ribbons in Gen 4 is that you had to play over Wi-Fi and battle. It's like the modern equivalent of this, but like you have to battle other people's teams. Now, it wasn't live. They were basically computer versions of them, but they are actual people's teams. But it was done over Wi-Fi. That's the only one that I might need. That's the only other one I might need to do off stream. And I hear that one's gonna be hard. Because, you know, we are talking about real people's teams with hacked Pokemon. Like, half of them are completely hacked. Like, Machamp with no guard and Earth and Fissure. So, yeah, part of it is, half of them are hacked, and the other half are teams to counter these hacked mons. You gotta go pick up your brother. Oh, okay. That's what was going on. Alright, see you later, Hawkone Dog. But yeah, other than those 2 ribbons, I think we could do all the other ones on... Oh, actually, wait. There is another thing that I might have to consider. So, there are Days of the Week ribbons, and I think there's 7 ribbons, and you just get them on those... Like, there's a specific one you get on Monday, one on Tuesday, sort of thing. So on and so forth. I think, yeah, you would have to be on those days, and I don't know if I can change the in-game clock with the DS emulator. So 5 of those ribbons I might have to do off-screen as well. We'll see. No guard, Fissure, Machamp is so close to being a real thing. What do you have to say? Oh. You still get Poke coupons. Okay. I mean, yeah, it was so close, but like, I believe no guard is a hidden ability or something. Like, you could get fish. Oh wait, no, I think I remember what happens. Yeah, we'll just... you can get Fissure in Gen 1. That was a legit move Machamp can learn. And in Pokemon Bank, you can transfer Gen 1 Pokemon up. But I think they lose their moves, or you cannot get no guard on that particular Machamp. I forget how it works, but like, Game Freak knows. Game Freak knows. Knows how broken it is. If I could change the emulator's in-game clock, we can definitely get the Days of the Week ribbons. But if I can't, then those would also have to be off screen. Fissure is only on Machamp in Gen 1. Transfer it up, it gets the hidden ability, which is not no guard. And ability patches didn't exist. Right, that's what it is. And then if you transfer it up to Pokemon Home, you lose all your moves anyway. So that's how they got around it. He used Helping Hand just to use Charm? What a waste of a turn. I mean, mine and survive, but, you know, what a waste. I have a feeling Gen 4 is gonna, well, Gen 4 is gonna go a lot faster. Purely because I'm not trying to beat Pokemon Colosseum. I'm not trying to beat Gen 4 or anything, so we could just, you know, get a move on. Alright, one left. Then Gen 6, I still need to look into... I either have to do the same thing and find a 3DS emulator, or see if I can do that whole streaming directly from the 3DS onto PC. Because if it's an emulator, yeah, I could get the ROM and get the save. It's the same process, but I don't know how good 3DS emulators are. Ideally, though, I would rather get a capture card, but I don't have the money to do that. So, this is the alternative. One thing we're going to have to do in Gen 4 is... we're gonna have to make another... we're gonna have to EV train another Pokemon. Because with Battle Tower, there's ribbons for each of the modes. Like, there's... you have to do single, you know, single battles, double battles, link battles, and the AI multi-battle thing. You have to do all of them, and wipe them. So, for double battles, we need one more Pokemon. So we need to figure out a Pokemon we would want to use for team. We're still going to use Heracross, Metagross, and Starmie. We're still going to use those three. Those three are solid. But we need to figure out a fourth member to have for double battles. And I'm being told by my friend we could get some perfect IVs on this fourth one if, you know, if we do some breeding, but we'd probably only get like 2 reliably, and that's probably all you really need. But I'm not too sure. I need to look into that. Get Brick Break on Mawile, and then I'll Shadow Ball the Pelipper. Yeah, we'll tackle that in Gen 4 when we get there. And if I'm gonna be... I can use my Diamond save, and if I can use that, I've almost got a Living Dex in there. So... I think we'll have every option. I need to check back on some of these old files, though. I need to check... I need to actually look in there to see what we have. That's what I'm saying. mean, I could go with like a dragon like Garchomp, or you know, like a Salamence or something. Or we could get another special attacking Pokemon, or something that's more of a special tank, because we have Metagross. That's more of a physical tank. You know, he takes physical hits well and can dish out physical attacks. But we only have one special attacker with Starmie, so maybe we could use another one? I don't know. Like, I'm open to ideas. I might be talking to my friend about it for ideas on that too. Let's see what. If we can't do IVs, then that's fine. We'll just, you know, get the nature. We're gonna attack the mascot. Get out of here. No reason, I just wanted to get rid of the mascot. I'll just get rid of the Psyduck. Larvitar, you know, can take the full brunt of the earthquake. Trying to think of what everything we can do in Soul Silver is, and other than the one ribbon from we have to be one of the ribbons is we have to beat Red, which if I could just use my Soul Silver save, we could just do that right away. We could get at least one of the days of the week ribbon. If I could change the in-game clock, then I can get the rest on that save, on that Soul Silver run too. I think I would probably still save Battle Tower for Black. We won't be able to do contests in Soul Silver. I think other than the, well, I guess we could try boosting friendship, maybe, but I don't know on that. Honestly, it's kind of just a little awkward to be. Yeah, it's a little awkward because I don't know if I could trade, you know, on stream or anything. I think I have to bring them back to my main cartridges. Or if I don't, I should just do that anyway, just play it safe. So I'm constantly updating my original cards. But now that now I realize how we can do like Gen 4 stuff, it made me realize how we can get an infinite amount of Manaphy's. So, to get Manaphy, you had to buy Pokemon Ranger, which I do own. And what you have to do is you have to beat the game. And once you beat the game, you get like 3 extra stories. The last one gets you a Manaphy egg that you could transfer to Diamond and Pearl. Here's the problem. You'll only get 1 Manaphy egg. Not 1 per save file. 1 Manaphy per game cart. So, even when I was a kid, I'm like, if there was a way to just, like, factory reset Pokemon Ranger, then I could get another Manaphy egg. And I think with the emulator, I can, you know, dump the ROM. And with the ROM's newly fresh save file, I don't transfer my save from my card to that. Then with Pokemon Ranger's newly fresh save file, you know, as if it was brand new, I could take that save and copy it onto my physical card of Ranger. And then I think I could get Manaphy from there. It will be treated as a whole new card. And if that works, you could get an infinite amount of Manaphy eggs. And you know what you could do is you could just create the save right after you beat the game before you do the Manaphy event on the emulator, and then just keep that save as a backup and then just constantly transfer the save file so you can get more Manaphy eggs so you don't have to play through the entire game over and over and over again. But yeah, shiny Manaphy is like the rarest thing. Because it can't, I'm pretty sure it can be shiny. But, you know, you only get one per game cart. And there's a limited amount of those. And it's not like you could save scum. Because one, you have to transfer it from one game to another, and two, it's an egg. Yeah, I don't think you can save scum the Manaphy egg. I think once you get it, you get it. You gotta hope it's shiny. And you know, this is Gen 4. You got full odds here. I don't think they dropped it. I think it was still 1 in 9,000, whatever number it was. I don't think they dropped it down to 4,000, whatever, until Gen 6? And I know the Shiny Charm was added in a Black 2 and White 2. That's when the Shiny Charm was added. Not that it would matter for But yeah, not counting Gen 4, we have a lot of DS games we could stream in. Like, I have a decent amount of DS games. I mean, the problem was never, could I even stream DS games in the first place? Because my computer can definitely handle DS. I'm pretty sure my laptop could handle DS games. It was just more of like, how do you get the ROMs when I didn't have a way to do it? But now that I have a way of doing that, I can copy the ROM. I can, yeah, copy the ROM legally. I try to do that when I can. I'm not saying I'm gonna do all of these. Just gonna look through my list of DS stuff and see what the options are for what I have right now. Oh, let's see. I got Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest IX. What was this? Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. I have Kingdom Hearts 358 and Recoded. Kirby Squeak Squad, Zelda Phantom Hourglass, Mario & Luigi Partners in Time, Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Let's see. Mega Man Star Force Dragon, Star Force 2, Zerker Ninja, Star Force 3 Red Joker. That's all I got. Although with those ones, I think there's a better version to play. But if I have to get the ROM through this, that's fine. Mega Man ZX. But if I'm doing that, I'm just using the Legacy Collection on Switch. Okami Den, the sequel to Okami, which I do have on the Wii. Phoenix Wright 1, that's all I have, but I think there's better ways to play that. Pokemon Black, Pokemon Black 2. Let's see. Yeah. Pokemon Conquest. I have Diamond, Heart Gold, Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. There's the remake. I would probably end up going with that. Mystery Dungeon Explorers the Sky. Pearl, Platinum, Ranger 1, and Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. That's the third game. I don't have the second one. Pokemon Soul Silver, Pokemon White 2. Oh, a lot of grass types here. Change it up just a little bit. I hate the D-pad so much. I have Sonic Rush. I have Super Mario 64 DS, but yeah, it has extra stars, but you're probably better off. I would probably be better off streaming like 3D All-Stars or something. And I have The World Ends With You. I also have the first 3 Professor Layton games, they're just not in this case. I also tried looking for Espeon to see if I could give Espeon a different move other than Return. No, not really. For special attacking moves, Espeon only has Psychic type moves. You can get Bite, but you had to get it from Eevee first and evolve it up, but this game didn't have that. You just started with Espeon. Remember, it's Gen 3, Bite is a special attacking move. But yeah, those are my options for the normal DS, and you know, I could copy the ROM. We could do any of those games. I'm not saying I am going to do all those games, I'm saying those are options I can do. Although, let's be honest, some of those games, they're touchpad, they're the bottom screen touchpad, like highly, recommended, like The World Ends With You. Honestly, a lot of those games, I'd probably rather just get a 3DS modded with the capture card for a lot of it, but, you know, it is what it is. Like, Tuiui's one, The World Ends With You is one of those games. And I know there's, like, the ports on Switch and, well, I guess iPad for World Ends With You that has the extra story content, but that game was built with the DS in mind. It's not the same on Switch. I haven't played that version, but based on reviews I saw and from some friends that have played it, that if you get that game on Switch, you're playing it portably. Like, the best way to play is to play it portably and get yourself like an iPhone stylus and play it that way with the touchscreen. Remember, the Switch's screen is a touchscreen. I keep forgetting that it's a thing, but it is. don't know how far we're going to get in between battles. I'm hoping to get to battle 60 at the very least, but I'm not sure if we can make it all the way there. This does kind of take longer since all the Pokemon are matching Misdreavus. Or, you know, just my team, I guess. So, they're not always dying in one hit. About 20 battles in, and we're an hour in. If this was story mode, we'd be a lot farther along. I think this is going to take a little more streams than I thought it was going to take. I thought this was going to go as fast as normal mount battle. Self-destruct. Earthquake is not the best solution here. Does Gen 4 have a cloning glitch of some sort like Emerald, or did they fix all of them by Gen 4? Continue on forward. It only took an hour to get to 20 battles. A lot of bugs. A lot of them are bug types. You can't see my button inputs. You don't know who I'm choosing. Although you could take a wild guess. No earthquake strats today. We're gonna go with earthquake. Oh no. Thunder Punch is weakened now. Because I'm totally going to use Thunder Punch. Really? Couldn't take down an Anorith? Okay, fine. Why would you do that? Why not Gramble? I think Mud Sport is still in effect. I have no idea how long Gen 4's Ribbons is going to take. But it's definitely not going to take as long by doing all the Gen 3 stuff. Although, again, the Gen 3 stuff, I was doing basically a full playthrough of Colosseum. That's why the Gen 3 Ribbons took a long time. But when we actually started getting the Gen 3 Ribbons, it really didn't take all that long. Alright. Iron State. See, I knew this was going to happen. It was a better shot to get water types than get a water move instead of ground type. I'm sure ground type move works against Judo, but water is better for me. Get out of here. Earthquake and Meryl. We'll just target the Meryl. Yeah, I don't think it mattered if you did single or double battles for I'm just used to double battles in Colosseum, so that's kind of what this team is kind of built around. But we can never escape Mount Battle. Every time we try to, we think we're done. we always have to come back to it. And even when we get Ho-Oh, we think we're done with Mount Battle. No, we're never done. You see, whenever I decide to stream XD for fun, we have Mount Battle there. And you can never escape Mount Battle. Two Pokemon, that Earthquake is not really that bad. Let's see. I am going for Scent. Will return Sand Slash Shadow Ball. Ground doesn't resist. Brick Blue. You know, because I traded Granville, is Return weakened now? It might be. I think Friendship might reset when you trade them. That's a problem. In that case, Strength might have been the better move. Or I just did the training in Colosseum instead of Emerald. I don't know. It is what it is. Now we get Earthquake. Get out of here, Sand Slash. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That means Espeon doesn't even have a decent return either. I could have given Espeon Shadow Ball. Hi, Act, how's it going? Yes, it is time to get Ho-Oh, which means Mount Battle again. Chat wanted me to get Ho-Oh, so we're getting Ho-Oh. And Act, I did testing and I hacked my 3DS. We can do DS games, and not only can we stream DS games, we can copy saves back and forth. So I can stream getting most of the Gen 4 ribbons. There's definitely at least 2 that we won't be able to do. You barely hear me or the game. Let's see. I can how's the volume, everyone? And hi, Hyper Kirby, how's it going? We'll do a volume check right now, I guess. How's the game volume? How's my volume? Act is saying that I can barely be heard. But I haven't heard any other complaints from... Volume could be turned up. Okay. Let's see. Mic check. I could probably turn that up even more. Let's keep going. I could also probably just sit closer to the mic. How's that? Let's see. I'll just do my normal team because I don't want to think. How are we doing? You know what? Just put it at max. Why does it feel like just making yourself a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch? Nice, nice. I haven't had a grilled cheese in a long time. Ever since I like started only eating dinner, I haven't really made a grilled cheese. This is the max I can increase the microphone. This is the max I could do. Do I need to boost the game volume? We're gonna Earthquake, Shadow Ball Cacnea. Oh, thank you, Hyper Kirby. Yeah, this is the max I could do with the microphone. I could try sitting closer, but you know, I would have to have my microphone up here. What about the game volume? Do I need to turn that up? Good question. Well, when I turn the dial, it just actually affects my computer volume, nothing else. There is a dial on the underside. But that just seemed to just turn up or down the volume on my computer. And figurines again. Yeah, thanks. Game volume can also be increased, but you can hear me now. Okay, so I could turn the volume up just a little bit. We don't want it too high. That might be too high. Okay, okay. How's that? We can change the volume even more. We don't want the game volume to be too loud. But yeah, the figurines. Let's see. So back there, on that shelf, which I made myself in high school, those two shelves are Disney Infinity figurines. It's not complete, but you know, it's what I have. The posters above it, 5 of those posters are from, what was it, Nintendo Power, I think, and they're double-sided. Let's see. Yeah, I have a couple wall scrolls like over here. I have a few wall scrolls actually. Not everything's gone. Back there above my head, there's a couple figurines up there, but a couple game boxes are back there, like the more limited edition boxes. Okay, how about now? How's the game volume? Alright, I think we're good. Okay. It's weird, like, I never really had to adjust the main microphone. But yeah, all of a sudden, it's like, no, you're too low now. It's weird. Yeah, right up there, let's see, I have the Kid Icarus Uprising box. I have the Super Smash Bros. Wii U box. Twilight Princess HD box is up there. Majora's Mask 3D plus the figurine. You can see it up there. I have the Kirby 20th anniversary box up there. I got a couple anime figurines up there. You actually can't... Yeah, you can't really see. Actually, hold on. You could get a better look. And that is reversed, because that's how I had it originally. Can I fix that? There we go. Now it's normal. You get a better look. I have like a Naruto figurine up there. Right there, that's like... I think that's All Might.
Skull Kid's right there. It's slightly better. Down in this section is my amiibos. Yeah. Disney Infinity right there. There's some manga there. Yeah. You can see JoJo, like, right there. Anyway. This isn't me showing off my room, but, you know. But yeah, that's what's there. I have no idea how far we're gonna get. I'd like to try to get 60 battles in here, but I don't know. We might get to 40 or 50. I don't know. We'll see. I can't speed through this. I mean, not much has changed. I'll just say that not much has changed, Kirby. Yeah, that shelf back there I actually made myself in high school. We'll Brick Break Delcatty and we'll Psychic Ariados. I guess? You know, considering I'm playing a game I played as a kid back in, you know, the mid-2000s, I guess not much has changed. Some things change, some things stay the same. But yeah, Hyper Kirby, this is just, I consider this an extra part to Colosseum because I was doing a ribbon challenge. I was getting every ribbon for Heracross from Colosseum, and we got all the Gen 3 ribbons. We'll be moving on to Gen 4 after we get Ho-Oh. I just don't know how to name things, so that's why I just typed this as an extra part. I mean, yeah, they easily could. If we ever get GameCube or Switch Online, I could definitely see these two games, Colosseum and XD, being on there. And that'd be a way to get the Shadow Pokemon ribbon onto current gens without needing to get a GameCube and all this other stuff. The only problem is you wouldn't have a way to get the Gen 4 ribbons and onward. Yeah. But we'll see, we'll see. It's going to be a while before we might get GameCube on Switch Online. We don't even know if that's actually going to be a thing. We just hope. We just hope. Because right now, if you're trying to get every ribbon, even if Colosseum and XD were to be ported or remastered, whatever it is, onto current games right now, you're still missing a lot of ribbons, so you could get a lot more by getting these older ones until they port more. Also checking out my YouTube. Yeah, it's just an archive channel, so you can see all the other games I kind of did already. Yeah, feel free to look around. Yeah, you could just look at the playlists and see what's there. I haven't really done any extra. Do you shine? I do not shiny hunt, although I might be persuaded for Colosseum shiny hunts during that time, but it would be treated as like an extra thing that I would do, not like a main thing, if that makes sense. On my own time, I've gotten a few shinies in like Legends Arceus, Violet, but streaming, no, I haven't. Let's just do this. Furret will die to an earthquake. As with most things. Honestly, most of the time, whenever I play Pokemon, I just end up doing a living dex, and then I'm usually done by that point. And if I'm bored, I'll just do something. Usually, if I want to get shinies, it's usually because I'm bored. And I'm just like, I need to kill time. Let's try to get shiny, sort of thing. It's Monferno and Legends Arceus. Nice. I haven't booted up Legends Arceus in a little while. Oh, Encore, that's right. I haven't booted it up in a little while. I completed the Pokédex in Legends Arceus. And after that, I'm just like, okay, I need a break. I have a few shiny alphas in Legends Arceus, so some of them were random, some of them were on purpose. I've also been playing Violet, and I got some shiny starters for myself, just for fun. Actually, yeah, I did get all the shiny starters. I was thinking like, wait, don't I need to get the duck? No, I got the duck, so yeah. Oh no, Linoon is sleeping, but it doesn't have the Chesto Berry. Yeah, I have a few shiny alphas. Let me think. I have Clefable, I have Luminion, I have Dusk Noir, I have Alakazam, Crobat. If there's one more, I can't think of it. But I at least have those 5. Do you catch many shiny Slowpoke? Yes, I do have shiny Slowpokes over the weekend act. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, Pokemon Go. Yeah, I do have a lot of extras actually. You only got one. If only we could just trade over the internet, because I could just give you some. Because, like, the Galarian Slowpoke required you to catch 30 Psychic types while it's at your buddy, so because I was trying to do that, I ended up getting a lot of extra shinies. Took a while, though. It was ridiculous. I had to get 10 shinies in total if I wanted one of each, pretty much. I don't even care about the EXP. I was just, I had to get everything done. I had to go past the 3-hour limit and do some raids just so we could get more shinies or more psychic types. Let's see. You were collecting Stardust for your Caesar. I just have a stockpile of Stardust because I don't do anything with them. Oh, I gotta update. Yeah, I just have a stockpile of Stardust. But I haven't booted up Pokemon Go since the February's community day, so that entire month I didn't boot it up at all. I haven't really been playing Pokemon Go that much lately. Like, even on my own time, other than community day, normally I'd at least do my daily. And maybe if I walk my dog, I, like, turn it on, hatch some eggs, maybe catch a few things if it's around, but no, I haven't even really done that. Here, okay, let me see. Stardust. Check. I have like 2 million Stardust. Like I said, stockpile it. Yeah, I'm still like level 39. I'm not even at 40. I didn't even hit 40 before the updated, you know, updated to let you get to level 50. So I didn't get that whatever title it was, or whatever it was in Pokemon Go, where it's like, oh, you got to level 40 before we updated, so you get this special thing. In some ways, yes. In some ways, no. Like, I think in a lot of times it's more about the game design philosophies that I more miss. But there's a lot of things about current games that I like where it's just like, yeah, of course, play the current stuff. I think I miss the aspect of, like, when a game is out, it's finished and not an incomplete thing that just gets patched in over time. But then again, that doesn't mean the game is, like, if a game is filled with bugs, it's filled with bugs, though. I think I miss more of some of the design aspects when releasing a game back in these days versus modern stuff. But as a whole, gaming just gets better and better, if that makes sense. So. I don't know if that's necessarily what you're asking for, Hyper Kirby. If there's something more specific ahead. But yeah, I grew up with a GameCube and a PS2. I did not grow up with an Xbox. So, don't have much to say about Xbox. I will say though, if you happen to have all 3 consoles, especially back in the time, and you were looking on, like, which games do you get for which console, because there's overlap. Whenever it's, like, a third-party game that can be played on any of them, if I'm correct, you should prioritize getting them on Xbox, then GameCube, then PS2. Because I think the Xbox is the most powerful out of the 3, so it would look the best, and then GameCube, then PS2. I will say, like, the GameCube is really good, and it's sad that it didn't sell that well back in the day. Because, like, the GameCube was, like, I would say both experimental and like, at the very least, the games that Nintendo made for the GameCube. It feels the most experimental time in 3D. Like, we're not trying to make things look good in 3D. That was the N64. We did that. We can make good 3D games now. Let's get nuts, you know? Let's make more unique stuff. Let's experiment with the franchises, like Double Dash, the whole 2-cart thing in Double Dash. That's the only time it's there. Colosseum and XD having a story that's more adult than the main lines would be, and by more adult I mean like your main character is like he used to be working for the bad guys, so has a darker vibe. There's more examples, but I just feel like Nintendo's really experimenting with their franchises during this time. They weren't afraid to just be like, oh, try it. Why not? They made Pikmin during this time. We had Wind Waker, which was the CG, the cel-shaded look. What do I want to do? Brick Break, and then Shuttle. Cosmic power, okay. Well, yeah, Act, I haven't seen your last few streams. How far are you in Ray and Dawn now? Been distracted. I spent like all day yesterday level grinding these Pokemon for Mount Battle for today. The same thing. I don't really need to swap out my team that much. At least not right now. Let's go, Fortress. I kind of wish I started with Typhlosion now, but that's okay. Just Earthquake. Everything's all good. I don't know when we'll stream XD, but it will be a while. Definitely will need a break from Pokemon Colosseum XD for a little while. That's for sure. Part of me would want to take a break from Pokemon, but I kind of need to rush through the getting the ribbons. I can really only safely take a break from getting the ribbons for Heracross when we get done with Gen 7 and we get Heracross into Pokemon Home. That's like the only time we can just safely say, okay, Heracross is safe, we can take a break for Pokemon. Yeah, I like to play multiple franchises and just a wide variety of franchises and games. Mostly because, like, if I just play too much of either one type of game or one franchise, I'm gonna hit burnout, so I like to swap it around. So I don't consider myself a Poke streamer or a Fire Emblem streamer, even though I might as well be at this point. But I just feel like I'll hit burnout, and I'll be like just not in the mood, like during one of the playthroughs, and I'm like, no, let's just try to try different games / genres so I can so I don't hit burnout. Yeah. Man, this fortress just won't die. I mean, it is fortress, and I'm not using a fire type, but here's the thing about PS2, like, there's very little reason to get one nowadays. Like, most of the games that are on PS2, you can get on, like, almost anything else. They've either been ported or remade. At least for the games that I know of. Honestly, I see very little reason to actually have a PS2 nowadays. Unless you just want to collect old consoles, you know. Because, like, I transferred a few of the PS2 games that I owned onto the computer just so I have options. Well, I still need to add in a couple more. Most of those options, like, the only games I added onto my computer, because there isn't another version somewhere else or one that I can stream, like Dragon Quest VIII, but there is the 3DS version that I can technically do, but there's kind of a reason to play that one over the 3DS one and vice versa. I had We Love Katamari on there, and I have a Naruto game on there too. But apparently, We Heart Katamari just got announced that it's getting a remake, just like the first Katamari game. So it's just like, well, I don't need that on my PC anymore. Because if I'm gonna end up streaming those two Katamari games, I might as well just get the remasters. Kept making PS2 games until pretty recently. FIFA, and I think Just Dance as well. Yeah, the PS2, like, they kept that going for a long time. Everyone had a PS2. But let's be fair here. It was a cheaper DVD player. For most people, they bought a PS2 because it was a DVD player that just happened to play games. I need to add Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 onto my PC. I do have the HD versions on PS3, but I don't have a splitter for the PS3. And PS3s are known to not want to like capture cards, so yeah. You bought a Just Dance 2021 on Wii a couple years ago. Yeah. Yeah, the Wii is kind of the same thing too. It's still being kept alive with Just Dance. And that's about it. Jeez, it's an hour 40 and we just got through Battle 30. It's ridiculous. I think I'm gonna try to push through to Battle 50. Although, no. We'll see after we get through this area. I can't speed through this loading screen right here. It's kind of annoying. Is 3DS emulation, like, are they emulators for 3DS, like, any good nowadays? Because last I heard, like, they were still not that great. Or did they, like, kind of get fixed? Let's do that. Because if the 3DS emulators are not bad, then we could stream 3DS games too. I don't know how I'm fully going to handle Gen 6 and 7 for the ribbons, but we'll get there when we get there. Again, it's Mount Battle again. There's not much to really say. This is like, how many times have I gone through Mount Battle already? I can't even, I lost count. I've lost count of how many times we went through Mount Battle. We went through Mount Battle 2 times during story mode to level grind. Like, before actually beating the game. And then I had to finish up Mount Battle to get to rank 100. So people say Citra 3DS emulator works well, but you never tried it. Well, if it does work well, we could do 3DS games then. I haven't looked into that. If you can use if you can use Citra, the 3DS emulator, is there a reason to have the normal DS emulator then? Might as well just have the 3DS one, right? But yeah, two Mount Battle sections in the main playthrough. 2 level grind. One more to get to battle 100 so I could get the time flute. 1 run from start to finish for the ribbon. This run, that's 5. That's not even counting streams because, like, the one where I got the ribbon took at least 2 streams. Yeah, it took 2 streams. And then this one's gonna take multiple. And then, so at least 5. Every other stream was just for purifying Shadow Pokemon. I think I need... Wait. Okay, yeah. I think I need to do a count of how many streams we just did Mount Battle in some form. It is ridiculous. Probably about 10. Because we were trying to purify Shadow Pokemon for a long time. It takes a while. Purifying Shadow Pokemon is a big time investment, and it takes the most time. It takes just as much time to beat the main campaign and do the post-game. Like, the actual main post-game. Like, it took the same amount of time to do all that just for purifying Shadow Pokemon. It's a little ridiculous. I'm so glad XD gives, like... yeah, there's more Shadow Pokemon in XD, but, like, it goes faster. You'll definitely get a lot more purified in XD during the main playthrough than we did in this run. Let's go with so I got a question. I'm pretty sure the answer is do what I need to, but like, if I were to stream GameCube games again, which I will at some point, would you prefer if I tried to stream it off the console itself like I'm doing now, or stream it off an emulator, even if I dump the games myself? Like, the device that connects the GameCube to HDMI, I'm just borrowing it from a friend. But I could get one online for myself, and I thought it'd be more expensive, but it's actually not that bad. So at some point, I'm gonna get one for myself. But, you know, until then, if I were to do GameCube, it would be through the emulator. The thing about the emulator is, I did a comparison, like a quick one. I looked at Tales of Symphonia, just to look, and the emulator was a lot clearer. But when there was, like, when you looked at the title screen in Tales of Symphonia, you see the tree, the woods and the backgrounds were 2D objects, and yeah, the emulator was a lot clearer, but you could definitely see that they were 2D objects. Whereas playing them on an actual GameCube, yeah, it's not as clear, but it blends everything together a bit better. Where it's harder to notice that the title screen was 2D backgrounds. If that makes sense. Or just want some thoughts. Sounds like the difference between using CRT and a modern day TV. Look way better than on old TVs. Well, here's the thing, like, with this, I'm currently hooking the GameCube up into HDMI onto a normal widescreen TV monitor. Right? And there's a button on this thing that makes it clearer. Like, I could show you the difference right now. This is clear. And that's without the button. It's a slight difference, but it is there. Back to normal. There is a slight difference. It's slightly more blurry. Here, we'll do it again. This is clear. Not as clear. Now it's clear. But, like, even with this more clear button that makes it look a little bit better on HD TVs, when you compare this to the emulator is way more clear. The colors pop more, but you'll notice 2D objects more. So I think this is still, like, if I were to plug this up to a CRT, like, this looks better than what it, well, it's hard to say. I mean, I have a CRT, but I can't turn it on. So it's hard to say. Like, I can boot up the emulator very quick to show you what I mean with Tales of Symphonia, because I feel that was a clear example of the difference. Like that main menu. I don't know how different the clarity on this GameCube is with the HDMI button thing, but this thing plugs into Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 as well, because they use this, those three consoles use the same, like, plug for the AC cables. So maybe it would be a more drastic difference on, like, N64. I don't know how good it would look on Super Nintendo, though. I don't even actually have a Super Nintendo. I have some Super Nintendo games, but I have a Retron. At some point, I want to get myself a Super Nintendo, though. What battle is this? What was this, 32? 34, okay. Further along than I thought. Probably just use the same team. Again, this is a good starting team. Starting out with Intimidate, Mischievous for Levitate, so we can spam Earthquake. It's a good starting setup. If only it was like 2 Pokemon with Levitate or Flying that could spam Earthquake. Like, play it all. Okay, we'll Psychic the Wigglytuff. There we go. That'll do. And speaking of emulators, I looked at a comparison video for Wii games, and there was a video showing Wii, Wii U, and emulator. And apparently, there is a difference between playing a Wii game on the Wii U versus playing a Wii game on the Wii. Like, there is a visual difference on the Wii U. Like, it does make it look a bit clearer. But again, I think the same problem happens with playing the playing a Wii game on the Wii U versus playing a Wii game on an emulator. Yeah, the emulator is a lot clearer, but you're definitely going to notice a lot more of the 2D objects, how jagged the models can look. If that makes sense. In that case, I'd probably end up using the Wii U for Wii games. Unless it's something like a randomizer, but, you know, that is what it is. But... Okay, Earthquake really didn't do that much to my mana. There we go. Zoomerell's pretty tanky, isn't she? I just swap the Strupus out of here. How dare you take my spell tag? Get out of here. Nah, I don't need to swap out. We got this. One more turn. One more turn will do it. I mean, if there's a preference for emulator versus playing on actual hardware, just let me know. Ultimately, I think it's just a matter of, like, as long as I can play the game and stream it, whatever works. But, like, if I have the option for both, I'd be kind of curious to know. Although, if it's a game that has to be, like, more rhythm-based, I think it might be better to do emulator. Because I don't know how the input lag is on the emulator, but I know if you plug in, like, a GameCube to a modern TV, there is input lag. Although, I don't know if this adapter fixes that. It probably doesn't. There's probably at least some input lag. I haven't tested out, like, Donkey Konga with it, or Paper Mario Thousand Year Door with it. If people were to stream rhythm games, like, with the GameCube, like, what do most people end up going with? Emulator? Now I'm curious. Input delay, yeah. Input delay, that's more. I guess there's still some input lag in Dolphin. But there might be a way to fix it. Something I might look into. Because whenever we get to Thousand Year Door, there's a counter system in that. But the window to do the counter is like 3 frames. And last time I played Thousand Year Door, when I hooked it up to a modern TV, I could not counter reliably. I used to be pretty good at it. But when I played through it last time, like, oh no, I can't do this. I had to just rely on normal guards. Special. Oh, poor Pikachu. You're getting hit by an earthquake. Sorry, not sorry. We're all hit by Intimidate. Okay. Well, Earthquake, and then we'll Psychic the Standler. Oh, are you gonna hit Gramble? No, you didn't. Gramble's probably the bigger threat here. Because you don't realize I have Earthquake. Yes, you may have intimidated me. But that's still not enough to stop Pikachu from fainting. But that will stop Ninjask, though. Sending out Ninjask, that's for sure gonna stop me. I'm gonna get Stantler out of here. I think even though I'm hit by Intimidate, I think because the spell tag and same type attack boost, Shadow Ball is still better than Psychic. Speaking of which, when I went to train my Colosseum Pokemon, I traded over the Twisted Spoon, the spell tag, and the Black Belt. And when I cloned my Heracross, Metagross, and Starmie like once, I had them clone those items so that way I could keep them in Emerald. Because normally to get those 3 items, you have to use Thief. And you have to steal them from wild Pokemon. Oh, the Black Belt, apparently, like, you steal it from a trainer's Pokemon. Shadow Ball, actually. Gramble might faint. I might swap Gramble out. Yeah, that did not do much. Actually, Mischievous is confused too. Okay, you know what? Let's swap them both out. Actually, I have Quagsire. We'll keep Mischievous in. flamethrower, and I think I hit myself. So, still haven't found a use for Thunder Punch yet. We just needed Gramble's Earthquake most of the time. Found out yesterday. You used the Pokénav to battle 2 Rich Kids trainers and Emerald. They're Zigzagoons. Both are holding nuggets. So using Thief and... Oh yeah, that would help with money. But I'm gonna be honest. When I was grinding out for money, Amulet Coin, the Elite Four, like, you just make good money very quick by doing that. One run of Elite Four with the Amulet Coin, I think I was able to buy 6 or 7 vitamins in one run. God. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna start with Gramble. But then what would be my alternative? No, you know what? Yeah, okay. Just gonna do the same. And the thing about the Pokénav thing is, like, don't you have to actually check it after a little bit just to see if they can refight you? Or can you just talk to them if you think they're ready to go? Yeah, going through... When I was grinding for money for vitamins, I just went through Elite Four a few times with the Amulet Coin. It did not take that long. How about we just both target Blade all? Get him out of here. On these 2 trainers are slightly faster than Elite Four, but Elite Four is easier to zone out. Now I have to count 255 steps over. Right, okay. So Pokénav is technically faster, but there's more thinking involved and paying attention. Whereas Elite Four, you could just mindlessly do it. When we get to Gen 4, we're probably gonna have to grind a bunch of money. Because there are 3 ribbons in Gen 4 that require just buying them. And I know we're basically gonna probably just end up doing the Pokénav. Although, if we go to my diamond file, we might not need to. Because I might have the money there. We're going to be jumping around in Gen 4, that's for sure. Also, when we do Gen 4, when we do Battle Tower for the ribbons, do we want to do Diamond and Pearl, or do we want to do Platinum? Because from what I understand, it's kind of a similar situation with Ruby and Sapphire's Battle Tower versus Emerald's. I think Diamond and Pearl's Battle Tower, at the very least, there's less options to deal with. It might be easier, but I'm not sure. Why do you drop your bomb? Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Okay, you got your bum. But yeah, if we have to get money in Gen 4, there's like 2 rich kids that we could just grind off of and get a lot of money that way. there's just some ribbons you have to buy in Gen 4. The first ribbon is like 10k Poké Dollars, which is easy. The second one is 100k Poké Dollars, which takes a little bit, but it's not hard. And then the last one, it's just 999,999. It takes a bit, but it's basically max out your wallet and then spend it all on one ribbon. Let's just target the Vibrava. What are you doing? Okay. Oh, I think they... I think I can Earthquake and then do that. Check if the... Molly, what are you doing? You're being weird. What are you doing? Okay. Check if they have Hell items, stealing Nugget, every battle speeds it up. Rich kids in Gen 4 have Hell items on the rematches. They do. That's quick finish. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we could take a look. We're gonna Earthquake, take down the Vibrava. On my own time, I just need to look into all my save files for all the Gen 4 stuff that we might end up using and see what I got to deal with. Dive underwater and you dodge an Earthquake. Okay, I see how it is. You never had an original DS, so no cool facts about those games. Yeah, it's fine. I did play Diamond a lot, and Soul Silver. Those are the ones I really had. I didn't get the other ones until later on when, like, it was like Gen 5, and I'm like, oh, let's get these other games. It's a good thing I got them, because, you know, they're spendy. They're spendy nowadays. I'm glad I have a full Gen 4 main stuff set. But it was Diamond and Soul Silver. Those were my main Gen 4 stuff. We can break. We can do something. Play the remakes for Switch, but wasn't too into them. Yep. Because it was based Diamond and Pearl with, like, very little from Platinum. Because Platinum was just the better game. The remakes, it's the same problem with... It's a similar problem with, like, with ORAS. Where they didn't remake Emerald, they remade the base Ruby and Sapphire. But I feel like ORAS added more stuff than what Diamond Pearl remakes did. Could be wrong on that, though. I'm probably wrong on that, but I really didn't like the Diamond Pearl remakes. I mean, yeah, the Diamond Pearl remakes still have the Distortion World, and that was a Platinum thing, but... it still has a lot of similar problems with the base Diamond and Pearl. Although the Underground is way better than Diamond and Pearl. That's for sure. Like, that is an actual improvement. Honestly, Brick would be good on all of them, but I think... yeah, you know what? We're just gonna target one. So Earthquake is just okay. dance, I see. I don't think water resists ground, and rock is weak to ground, so we can now safely use Earthquake. I'm gonna try Psychic, the Phampi. Relicath has Swift Swim, doesn't he? It's kind of too bad we're gonna be skipping over Gen 5. There's a part of me that wants to re-experience Gen 5. Maybe someday. But it's not for the ribbon challenge. There's no ribbons to get in Gen 5. Like, absolutely none. Gen 7, I don't remember if it's you could basically do it on either of them or if it's better to play Ultra games. If I have to play the Ultra games, I have to go back and actually beat it. Because I stopped right at the Elite Four with Ultra Sun. I'm just like, I don't want to play this anymore. I did not like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Oh yeah, Gen 5 are great. Like, both games. Like, I really want to play those two again. And this is a situation where Black and White 2 are actual sequels. They are direct sequels to Black and White. It's not like your traditional third game. It takes place 2 years after the events of Black and White 1. So there's actually kind of a plot in Gen 5. They actually tried with Gen 5. They actually put a lot of effort in Gen 5. And then we got Gen 6. Where are we at now? That was Battle 40, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Okay. We're gonna do another 10. Just get it halfway through. Because I don't want to have to do 60 fights next time, or try to split it in two. That would be awkward. Hated getting through Ultra Moon after playing Sun because the games were... Post-game Battle Tree is so much better in the Ultra games, though. Okay, if that's the case, then I can go back and finish my copy of Ultra Sun. Because I'm at the Elite Four. I just need to beat it. Well, small changes to make the AI of the Ultra games Battle Tree is better. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. And if I have to do that, I'll just quickly beat the game. Completely different starting team this time. I expected that Pelipper. Oh, I forgot Annabelle wasn't cameoed in Gen 7. I forgot about that. She was in the Looker side quest in the base game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I forgot they brought back Annabelle. You know, they brought back Annabelle for Gen 7 You know, they didn't bring her back when they did Oraz. Was that Game Freak's way of compensating for the lack of Battle Frontier in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire? It's like, yeah, we heard you. So here's a consolation by... Oh, here's Annabelle. See? We didn't forget about the Battle Frontier. It's Annabelle. She uses Lattes and other early gen legendaries like Intake. Wow, okay. So kind of better with Ice Beam. Yeah, bug flying, not water flying. It's weird. I'm used. Surge gets bug water, so I'm like, oh, okay. So Masquerating might be a water flying. No, it's the traditional bug flying. I keep forgetting that. You know what's funny? When we get back, when we get to Gen 6, we're gonna have to do the contests again. Like those, the ribbons don't carry over. I mean, they do, but we have to get those ribbons again. Luckily, I think it's a lot easier and it's a lot faster to do in Oraz than it is in, you know, Ruby and Sapphire. And I think it's the same thing when we go to Shiny Pearl for the contest, too. I thought about sending in Ampharos, but then there's a decent amount of ground types. Well, okay, no, there's Pupitar and there's Witch Cache, which is not helpful for Ampharos. And then you got the Shelgon too. I'm like, yeah, let's just stick with the normal. And you know, when we get to Gen 8, I have to decide how I want to handle Sword and Shield. Like, do I want to borrow my friend... no matter what, I'm borrowing my friend's copy of the game because I don't have it myself. But do I just borrow his Switch just so I can beat the game, beat the Elite Four and get the ribbon and just be done with it? Or do I borrow his game and we stream a playthrough of Gen 8? Like, there's a part of me that doesn't want to, but, you know, we're streaming, you know. Seeing me suffer is the content, right? So, I mean, we'll worry about it when we get there, but... yeah, I gotta figure out what I want to do with that. Witch Cache is still alive. We're fine. I do have the other game, so we don't need to worry about it. And one of the ribbons that's in Sword and Shield was like the multiplayer one, where you had to get a high rank on multiplayer ranking system. But you can't do that in Sword and Shield anymore. But you have to do it in Gen 9. And it's the exact same ribbon, so that's nice. So I think when we do Sword and Shield, it's just the one ribbon. Basically just beat the Elite Four and that's it. Oh, what do we got? Yeah, beat the champion. Oh, there's a battle tower. Wait. Yeah, there is a battle tower. And then you're ranking. Okay, so there's 2 ribbons to get. Never mind. So there's 2 ribbons in Gen 8. Or Sword and Shield. Technically 3, but that last one will be done in Gen 9. Yeah. Quick. Try to get rid of that champ. I don't think I even use Espeon. And Machamp is still alive. Does Granbull live? Yes. Granbull gets to live. Another earthquake. Okay, let's start working on Wall Rain. Okay, both should be taken out by Earthquake now. Fluff, which can't be hit by Earthquake, and Kadabra. Which we got Shadow Ball. Okay, well... Oh man, Return doesn't work. Because I reset the friendship. That's annoying. If I remembered that, I should have either taught him Strength or just trained in Colosseum. But no, I didn't think about that. Yeah, one more turn will do it. Oh, you're gonna use Tail Whip? What a waste of a turn. Should have really done something about my Granbull. Like, actually attack it. I am curious on how many continues we have. Because, yeah, I lost, like, it wasn't a perfect, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 times so far. I wonder how many continues I have. Unless it caps. Is there a way to... Nope. No real way for me to find out. I think the only way I can find out is if I lose. I'm not gonna do that on purpose. Oh, things that could be hit by Earthquake. How exciting. Earthquake. I got him Psychic, not Shadow Ball. It's normal type. I'm pretty sure X-Cloud is going to survive the Earthquake. Ouch. Okay. I mean, that was a crit, but still. It's not annoying at all. I can either just... You know what? Let's get Exploud out of here. That way the next person gets hit by Earthquake. Oh, never mind. It's coughing. So it's just Corphish. Well, if I can only hit one anyway. There we go. Easy. And none of these Pokemon are EV trained or anything, so it's like... Maybe this is just a good team setup. Or just having Earthquake is that broken. Well, whatever it is. I mean, we're not at the hard ones anyway, so... The really hard ones are going to be like... maybe 70s, 80s, maybe? Half of them are grass types. Golem and Blossom, okay. A different starting team than before. In fact, I picked the same ones, but I just swapped them around. But we're going with Flamethrower and we're going with Sir. Perfect. And what's coming up next? Oh, it's Altaria. Golem survived with 3 HP. That's stupid. Oh no, now my Thunder Punch is weakened. Because I'm gonna use Thunder Punch, I swear. We're gonna Ice Beam Altaria. Not very effective, but, you know, I had to do 3 HP worth of damage, so... Oh, it's Croconaut. Oh, now my Fire-type moves are stronger. And you just weakened your Croconaut, too. Well then. I get to finally use Thunder Punch. Even though Electric Power is weakened. There we go. Now remember, he may be punching something with his fists, but it is a special attack. This is Gen 3 after all. I may be punching you in the face, but it's not a physical move, I swear, believe me. I still think Gen 3 should have been the one to have the physical special split. I still think that. They just did not think about that ahead of time. We're gonna lose at some point. Like, I remember there's gonna be some tough Pokemon near the end. Believe me. There is gonna be some tough ones. Hey look, Zangoose, one of my faves. Medicham, and Marshtomp. Alright, well... yeah, Earthquake is still kind of the way to go. We'll Shadow Ball Medicham. There we go. Medicham could actually be a threat, because it has pure power. Oh, Survivor. That's unfortunate. Survivor is like a physical tank, but really, like it has good defense and attack, but nothing else. So, like, I don't know if Survivor is actually any good. Okay, we can use another Earthquake. We'll Psychic the Zangoose. Yep, Zangoose with Brick Break. Yeah, the Zangoose I have in my Emerald is like, it has Slash, Brick Break, Shadow Ball, and Swords Dance. It is a beast. Zangoose is a beast. Well, the Shadow Ball thing only really works in Gen 3, but you know. Slash and Brick Break do work in Gen 4. Gotta keep on going. Ugh. This takes a little while. In fact, I think it is probably faster to do the story mode stuff. What do we want to do? I thought about swapping my team out for starting ones, but this is still a solid team. This is still pretty good. Both, if I'm correct, both grass types that they have can be hit by Earthquake for decent damage. And then Earthquake. Roselia's down. And then we got Fuita. Okay, one more Earthquake will do. Earthquake on Slugma. Earthquake, Psychic. Oh, let's see if I could get Wigglytuff out of here. I figured. Earthquake. And one more. What's your last one? Is it Sharpedo? Oh, it's Flaffy. I got this in the bag. Easy. Easy. There we go. We're almost there at 50. Almost there. And we get to move on some more. 3 battles to do. 3 battles to do. Oh, there's a Wobbuffet here. I don't have a dark type, no. So, what do I want to do? Alright. Yep, knew that Wobbuffet was going to happen. I get to actually use Espeon this time. Okay. I'm going to Shadow Ball the Wobbuffet because Wobbuffet won't be able to do anything. And we'll let Espeon just take down anything else. Let's see, what does Wobbuffet do? Yeah, Mirko, that was a bad choice, Wobbuffet. You really should have gone for the counter. You see, this isn't Gen 4 Wobbuffet. Ghosts are physical. Because, you know, that's what ghosts are known for. Being able to physically interact with anything. Oh no, Swallow gets to attack first. It totally did something, that's for sure. Get out of here, Golbat. We don't need you. You're not even a Crobat. And that's that. Perfect. So close to battle 50. And remember, if this is like your only way to get Ho-Oh in Gen 3. Because the event was a limited time thing. This is your reliable way of getting Ho-Oh in Gen 3. Nowadays, you're better off just playing Heart Gold if you want Ho-Oh. But if you wanted that Ho-Oh in Gen 3, you have to play a lot of Pokemon Colosseum. Okay. Earthquake will really only affect Pyro Slime, but it's an Ice Ground type. We'll go with Brick Break, and then we'll Psychic Dodrio. Dodrio might survive a second hit. Unless I target it next time. Never mind. Pylo Swine survived a hit. Too bad Amnesia isn't gonna help your physical defense. Okay, let's see Dodrio. Yep, you survived a hit. This was just not the best starting play, but I did weaken Dodrio's physical attack, so that helps. But then again, if I started with anything else... Oh, another flying type. Okay, Shadow Ball, Psychic. He uses Amnesia to forget the pain. It's just like, ow, that hurt! And then it's just like, oh, what was that? I don't remember anything anymore. Why does my chest hurt? Okay, we got this. Shadow Ball, we'll target the Kadabra first, just in case. Kadabra's really fast. Oh, bye, Grambold. This is not a continue. This was not a perfect. There we go. Get out of here, Kadabra. It's so weird that Kadabra and I believe Alakazam could not be in the Pokemon TCG for a long time due to that lawsuit. I think they're back. I think they're able to be in cards again though now. I think that passed just a few years ago. Oh, good. One more fight. No, I'm not going to suspend. Why would I do that? Battle number 50. We're halfway there. Wobbuffet and why not? I heard something. Alright. Shuckle and Cradilly, okay. A few years ago, a Japanese magician guy said he didn't care anymore and let Nintendo print Kadabra cards. I don't know if it was the Japanese magician. I think it was an American magician because it was the guy who coined the term abracadabra Alakazam. Like, that was the reason. But I think he was American. Let's see. Brick Break. I have a feeling I need to get this Cradilly out of here. I think that's the way to go. I could have Earthquaked. Yeah, I need to use Brick Break. Going with Ingrain. Kind of wasted a turn. Shuckle's withdrawing. He's even more tanky. Okay. Earthquake will... Okay, yeah, I had a feeling that wouldn't be enough. So, I just don't know how much Earthquake would have done. Bug resist ground, I guess. Quick Prick is probably the better option. And there's Dusclops. And Shuckle is just going to continue trying to be a tank. At this point, I think we'll just let Shuckle do his thing for a little bit. Just target Dusclops, get him out of here. Okay, what's the last one? Okay, it wasn't Wobbuffet. Oh no. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So when I was doing all the Shadow Pokemon stuff, I had Misdreavus like in my team a lot, and Misdreavus just got to level 76. And because how this works is that you need to make sure they're all around the same level, because they kind of like Battle Tower, they match your highest level. I needed to grind. I did that off screen though. I traded them to Emerald so they get a little bit more experience, and I just went through the Elite Four like 50 times. Actually, it was more than that. Yeah, but then he pushed through that and attacked the Shuckle. But Shuckle's very tanky right now. Actually, hold on. Nope. Everyone else is male. Alright, we're just gonna continue doing this. One more will do it. I remember on my first, like, Ruby file, like, I almost had the Pokedex completed. It was just the Milotic that I couldn't get. I had the Feebas, but I couldn't get the Milotic. It wasn't until Diamond when I got my first Milotic. Legit. And remember, that was before they added the Marvel scale in Gen 5. Oh no, Granbull's poisoned. Well, Misdreavus is the only one that can reliably do things. Yeah. You had to check every tile. And you can't just check it once. You had to check it at least a good 3 times just to make sure. Because it wasn't 100% once you... if you find the right tile, it wasn't 100%. Luckily, it's a lot easier in Oras. Okay, yeah. Misdreavus is the only one that can reliably do something right now. I could swap to Quagsire and try using Surf, but Shuckle might get attracted off. Although, if I want to continue, I don't think it's going to go for Attract anyway, so I might be able to get 1 turn in. Get 1 Surf. Yeah, I just traded the other 5 to Emerald and went through the Elite Four a bunch of times. Yeah, probably, with no way of figuring out which one it is. You know, if Feebax was 100% on the tile that it's at, then it wouldn't be that bad. But the fact that it isn't is the sadistic part about that whole thing. I think you could just go into like a website that calculates for you and just input your ID and it will tell you which tiles it's at. But I didn't do that when I was a kid. I checked every tile. And I found it. I don't know how long it took me, but I found it. But that was 50 battles. 50. We're halfway there. I think you get a lot more Poke Coupons in here than in story mode. But I am going to suspend this and take a break. Yes, we'll continue. We'll save. There we go. So the next time we do this, we'll just go here. Thanks for everyone who showed up. I'm doing Pokemon Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And I'm playing Fire Emblem Engage on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Pacific time. If you want to see the old streams that are not on Twitch anymore, they're on YouTube at ScottBot64 Stream Archives. Wednesday, we're going to hopefully finish off Mount Battle, and then we can finally claim the Ho-Oh. It's been a long time coming. But yeah, anyway, that'll be on Wednesday. Have a good day. Later.